Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. We are back in Milwaukee for day 2 of the Republican National Convention. You're taking a live look at the convention floor. We're about an hour away from session 2 starting tonight, and Wisconsin Republican Senate candidate Eric Hovde is expected to speak between 6 and 6:30 this evening.
And the first day, it was a busy one. Republicans completed their ticket by confirming former President Donald Trump as the nominee, and he chose Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his vice presidential nominee.
And today we're continuing our coverage. We have crews all around Milwaukee as we're learning more about the issues that the Republicans will be talking about in the days ahead, as well as how tourism and all of the people coming here to Milwaukee is impacting the Wisconsin economy.
And we'll start with Will Keneally, who has a more in-depth look on the Republicans' platform. Hey, Will.
Yeah, Susan and Brady, we're here inside the Fiserv Forum waiting for day 2 of tonight's speakers. Like you mentioned, U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde is expected to speak tonight as well. The theme tonight for the speakers is Make America Safe Again. Now, that's rhetoric that we've heard kind of throughout the party platform. And we actually spoke with a member of Wisconsin's RNC delegation who helped shape the party platform this year. He says the party platform resembles very much Trump.
Again, this platform doesn't have really specific policy proposals, but it has the general trend of what President Trump would like to happen.
Now, he added that while it's not an exact roadmap, it helps illustrate what a second Trump term could look like. And we'll have more on this, including the impact that Project 2025 could have on Republican rhetoric heading into the fall. But for now, reporting from the Fiserv Forum, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Will. Well, Wisconsin has 41 delegates to the Republican National Convention, so when you cast your ballot in the primary, these are the people who will vote on your behalf at the national nominating conventions. Ahead of the convention, we spoke with one of them, alternate delegate John Beauchamp, about the process that led him to coming to Milwaukee.
This was a process that I started probably about 2 years ago or so. I started talking to some of our party leaders to figure out how I could go about doing this and letting them know I had interest in running.
It was a full circle moment for him, too. He first became interested in politics from former Governor Scott Walker, and now gets to serve with him on the Wisconsin delegation. Well,
all eyes, of course, are on Wisconsin for the Republican National Convention, and many organizations are hoping that when the convention is over, it stays that way.
Our Ellie La Liberté joins us with what tourism looks like for the state following the RNC.
50,000 people are expected here in Milwaukee for the RNC. Now, if I take a step out of the way here, you can see some of those folks. If we look down toward Fiserv Forum, you can see it's pretty packed out there, and that's kind of what we've been seeing over these past 2 days. The economic impact here is expected to be roughly $200 million for Milwaukee this year. Visit Milwaukee, the tourism department for the city says it's been preparing since 2019. The city was supposed to host the Democratic National Convention back in 2020 before it went virtual due to the pandemic. Now it's working to attract new visitors not only to Milwaukee, but all of Wisconsin. One way to make that happen is through money.
The goal that we put in place was $68 million, and the host committee ended up raising $85 million. So as you know, I'm sure everyone knows, things have gotten more expensive since the last convention took place in 2016. So more funds had to be raised to cover some of those increasing costs.
Visit Milwaukee also says it's working with other cities such as Madison, Lake Geneva, and Kenosha for the RNC. Now, the hope is that this economic impact will last after this event is over. But for now, reporting live in Milwaukee, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Ellie. Well, we are following developing news out of Milwaukee. Our affiliates at CBS 58 say there was a fatal shooting that happened near the RNC. The Fraternal Order of Police in Columbus confirmed Columbus officers were involved in an officer-involved shooting here in Milwaukee. Now, this happened on part of 14th here. It's under investigation, and this is a developing story. We will provide you more details as we learn more information about what happened.
Well, with the news of Ohio Senator J.D. Vance being selected as Donald Trump's running mate, Democrats say that Trump's pick makes them worried.
Vice President Pence did the right thing for our democracy. Vice President Pence moved to certify an election that Donald Trump's chief election officer said was fair. And now he's chosen a vice president who said that he would not have done that. If he was the vice president then, he would have lurched our country perhaps into its worst constitutional crisis in my lifetime and generations before.
And of course, Saturday's attempted assassination is looming large here at the RNC, and it is a big key part of the framework here. And we have new details that are emerging about the moments before a gunman opened fire at Saturday's campaign rally that injured former President Donald Trump. A local law enforcement officer with direct knowledge of the incident told CBS News 3 snipers from local tactical teams were stationed inside the building the shooter used in his attack. At one point, one of the snipers spotted the gunman, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, sitting outside the building looking at his phone, and took a photo. After the sniper observed Crooks looking through a rangefinder and immediately radioed to the command post. When Crooks was spotted again with a backpack, the officer called for backup, but by the time the other officer responded, the gunman had scaled the building. The House Committee on Homeland Security announced it will hold a hearing next week on the circumstances surrounding the attack. And we are continuing to bring you the latest updates from the RNC on air and online. Visit channel3000.com. Just click on the Campaign 2024 button for the latest updates from Milwaukee.
Now let's head back to Madison for a check on the weather. Boy, strong storms yesterday across southern Wisconsin broke the heat and the humidity a little bit. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington has more on that. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Susan. Hey, Brady. Out on the patio here, the temperatures are slowly going to start to cool off behind that weather system that brought all the severe weather yesterday. But we had a phenomenon this afternoon. If we can go to our graphic, a cold air funnel cloud. We had several of them that formed in Rock County. Rather surprisingly, these can be quite alarming. Well, what is a cold air funnel cloud? It is a funnel cloud, and it's associated typically with usually a weak shower. They rarely touch the ground, and they rarely have tornado warnings issued because they typically don't touch the ground. If they do, they typically don't produce any damage. But why it's called a cold air funnel cloud is because as you go up in the atmosphere, the air is typically colder. But on a day like today, the air higher up in the sky is really, really cold. And when you get these turbulent motions that happen from a weak front or a lake breeze, just like what we saw today in Orfordville and also in Janesville, you can get these turbulent updrafts that produce brief funnel clouds that typically don't, again, make it to the ground, which we saw on Radar 3000 earlier today near Janesville, Orfordville, Footville. Those showers that had produced those cold air funnel clouds have since moved out of the area. We'll be right back.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, watch out.
The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Don't trust the insurance company after your accident. You can miss out on what you really deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Certain this is going to work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm going to call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Some things are big, others are huge. It's Empire Today's half-price sale. Get $2,400 of flooring for $1,200, $5,200 for an amazing $2,600. That's half the price of your entire purchase. Shop for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, and laminate right from home and have it professionally installed. Don't miss Empire's half-price sale. Schedule now.
800-588-2300
Today.
I'm attorney David Gruber. If you've been seriously injured, trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Well, day one of the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee saw its share of big headlines. The biggest, of course, Donald Trump picking Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate.
A lot of people are still talking about that. And though we might not see the same major headlines tonight, there are still plenty of key moments to be on the lookout for. Let's go to Eric Franke and Charlotte DeLeste on what to look forward to. Hey, friends.
Yeah, there's so much, talk about what had happened yesterday, and we also welcome in our political analyst, longtime Republican strategist Brandon Scholes. Great to have you once again with us.
Great to be back.
There was so much buzz around this place about the VP pick yesterday, coming so early in the week. Kind of makes you wonder, what are we doing today, Brandon? But there's some big, important speeches going on tonight.
There is, and remember, this isn't your typical convention schedule, so they have done lots of things. They've got a theme tonight on Make America Safe, and even lots of speakers that come in, members of Congress. You got governors, you got senators, you have candidates. But it's going to kick off tonight with Eric Hovde tonight. That'll be good for the convention, good for Wisconsin. You're going to hear from people that have been victims a little bit of crime issues. So it's really a theme night, and then it ends, of course, with Laura Trump, who's going to be speaking to the group. And we might see Donald Trump in the audience again tonight.
So the message for tonight, as you touched on, Make America Safe Again. This was planned before this past weekend.
So of every night there's a theme, and as you said, this is Make America Safe, planned weeks in advance, but the tie-in to the attempted assassination on Donald Trump makes this even more significant, makes it even more of a high-profile issue. And so I think you're going to see a lot of speakers either refer to that or maybe start to build in the idea of unity and what the Republicans have to do moving forward. But it's going to be part of the discussion of this convention, no matter what you want to do, and Donald Trump's presence really highlights that.
And we are going to be talking a lot over the next few months about the Hovde-Baldwin race. He speaks tonight. It's, for many people, nationally, certainly a chance for him to introduce himself. He's got a tough task on us. Tammy Baldwin is tough to beat.
Sure, and in Wisconsin, that's going to be a very high-profile race. I think we're going to want to think and talk about what impact the presidential race will have down ballot and how that could help Eric Hovde, or does it help Tammy Baldwin? That's going to be a very competitive race, and we're in a state where we don't know the impact of coattails from the top of the ticket down. It's kind of changed over the years, so this is an important night for Eric Hovde because, as you said, he gets to stage himself tonight, introduce himself not only to the country but to people in Wisconsin. Not everybody gets to see these candidates, so this is an important night for Eric Hovde as well.
What is the one thing that you're going to be keeping your eyes on tonight?
I think the consistency between the speakers, as long as they're weaving their stories about, crime in America, safety, what happens, you've got the guy from Wounded Blue here tonight. It's going to be how those messages are all intertwined to come out with one package, one message, one theme from tonight that not only the delegates, but the candidates that you'll see here tonight, plus candidates in Wisconsin can use in their races.
What'd you think of Trump, just his demeanor last night, walking in there? He looked a little different. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it.
I think people expect Donald Trump to just be a wild man, and considering in the last couple of weeks he seemed to have stepped back from that just craziness that people relate to him. And with the attempted assassination, maybe that makes people think a little bit more retrospectively on their lives and what it means. I think last night you saw him be someone who was there, listening, content. He was clearly happy to be there, but he was letting the convention go about. He wasn't the star last night, even though he changed the dynamics of the audience.
I mean, different is the only word I can safely use to describe what happened.
But I think you're gonna watch Donald Trump tonight, tomorrow, and certainly Thursday, how he is moving through this convention, which is clearly different than the last time through.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Always great to get your analysis. And we're going to be back with more from the Baird Center. Brandon will join us again in 45 minutes on News 3 Now. At 5, we'll have more from the Republican National Convention. But we also got to talk about weather. We are certainly hoping that it won't have the impact on us that it had last night, both here and also in Madison. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington now with your forecast. Alex?
Eric, Charlotte, southern Wisconsin, quiet should be the term that we use for the next couple of days, but it wasn't quiet earlier today for parts of southern Wisconsin. A very relatively rare occurrence happened in Rock County. It was called a cold air funnel cloud. We were posting on Facebook. We were actually first to cut in for, these aren't tornado warned situations, but we cut in live remotely from the comfort of my home because of how quick this popped up. And folks have been asking, well, what is a cold air funnel cloud that occurred in Rock County? Well, it happens to be a funnel cloud that's associated typically with a weak shower. They rarely touch the ground. If they do, they typically don't produce damage, and that's often why the National Weather Service do not issue tornado warnings for cold air funnels. And why they get their name is, as you go up in the atmosphere, it is colder, and in the presence of really, really cold air higher up, which is what we have today, you can have these funnel clouds pop up when you have a brief little front or a lake breeze that helps to lift the air, produce the shower, and then you get these turbulent little eddies, these spin-ups with the updraft of that shower, just like what we saw in Orfordville and also in Janesville. We also have some from Footville as well in Rock County. Again, these typically are not dangerous. They rarely touch the ground. There you see those showers right around that 1:30, 2 o'clock time frame that produced those funnel clouds in Rock County. They have since moved out of the area. Rest of southern Wisconsin, see if we have any additional showers across the area, and radar 3000 looks high and dry. There go those showers that we had earlier in Rock County that prompted those cold air funnel clouds to be reported. Temperatures will dip down through the 60s. We'll have a low right around 60 to 61 degrees, and the rest of our forecast, sunny through the rest of the week. Cooler temperatures, you'll be able to open up the windows, give the AC a break. The rain chances will arrive later next week. Temperatures in the 80s, then we dip down into the 70s, trade around 60 overnight tonight with high temperatures. If you're wondering, concerts on the Square Wednesday, what's that going to be like? We're going to see temperatures right up around 75 degrees. A beautiful day. Let's look at a couple more viewer photos that were submitted with a very busy past 24 hours. This is that cold air funnel cloud in Footville earlier today, right around 1:30. That lowering where we had tornado warnings in Greene County and Rock County yesterday with a very, very busy day with unprecedented damaging winds, even wind reports up to 102 miles per hour in Dickeyville. And so many photos sent to us of this vivid lightning strikes with a rainbow in the background. Thanks, Jamie, for sending us this photo, and Brenda for sending us this photo. We love to show those photos, but only when it's safe. We'll be right back.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Protect your cargo with our great selection of hitches and ratchet straps. Secure your passion and save big money. Get this towing starter kit for only $14.99 after rebate. Tow smarter with this tri-ball mount trailer hitch that features 3 different hitch ball sizes. Get this Tow Smart tri-ball trailer hitch for just $79.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
My mental health was better, but uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven for reducing TD. Most people saw results in just 2 weeks. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds. Only #1 prescribed Ingrezza has simple dosing for TD. Always 1 pill once daily. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have thoughts of suicide. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects including angioedema, potential heart rhythm problems, and abnormal movements. Report fevers, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these may be life-threatening. Sleepiness is the most common side effect.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
Turn your old deck into dollars. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. All you have to do is visit tradeinmydeck.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit tradeinmydeck.com.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
And we are joined now by the biggest cheerleader you will ever meet for the state of Wisconsin, former governor, former Health and Human Services Secretary, Tommy Thompson.
Hello.
Hi, Governor. Good to see you.
I'll tell you, I'm delighted. 48 years I've been coming. 12, you know, I started when, you know, a little truth, a little factoid, is that when Gerald Ford was, you know, was appointed after Nixon, he was president, and Ronald Reagan ran against him in the primary. Last time, you know, a convention really had a fight on the floor.
Right. For the thin margin of people who are undecided, and we're going to tune in and watch this convention, what is your message to people who are on the fence?
My message is very simple. Do you like how much you're spending on groceries, gasoline, trying to buy a new car, buy a house? If you're upset about that, the high cost of everything, take a look at us. Take a look at the Republicans. Inflation has been caused by what the policies have been and President Biden. Let's try something different. Are you satisfied with the open border? You know, that is something that everybody's concerned about. And if you're concerned about that, let's vote for Donald Trump and close the border and let only legal people that want to come into America come in.
I want to ask you, what do you think about the state of politics? Because right now, calling for unity is a big theme at the RNC. But of course, former President Trump has been criticized how he's gone after his political foes, the name calling. He's a very divisive person. So what do you think about that?
First off, I don't agree he's divisive, but I do agree that all sides, we become very partisan. And I think that's what everybody, you know, is listening and looking at and saying, we don't want to change that. And I think the fact that the near miss, the assassination attempt, has changed Trump. I don't know if you noticed it last night, but when he came in, the demeanor, his look on his face said to me, you know, I want everybody to get along. I want people, you know, to rally around. I believe we can build a better America.
One of the hallmarks of your administration is you were known for crossing the aisle and working with the Democrats. It was a different era than it is today, but how do we get back to that?
I think just this convention, I think something has changed. You know, President Biden got up, rightly so, and said, we've become too divisive. There's no place in politics for the kind of physical assaults and the kind of treatments and everything that's taken place. Let's change it. Immediately, Donald Trump said, I'm ripping up my speech. I'm going to talk about inclusion, about growth, about direction, bringing people together. Just those two leaders of two different political parties tell me there's an opportunity, a chance in this country, in this state, to come together and start solving problems. Let's work together.
Governor, enjoy the convention. It's a big deal for this city, for our state.
Oh, isn't it? And people are loving Wisconsin. Why not? It's a great state.
And you can watch the full interview with Governor Thompson on our website at channel3000.com. It is a big deal for our state, and he has a lot more to say about that and about how we all come together and unify.
And like you said, he's a big cheerleader for Wisconsin, so much so he gave me some good-natured ribbing about being from Austin, Minnesota. I told him, come to Austin, I'll give you some Spam, and I'll have the cheese curds. That's fair, huh?
See, working together.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, ahead at 4, Republicans are showing their support for former President Donald Trump, now officially the nominee at the RNC. Why they're backing him as the party's candidate, next at 4.
If you're watching this Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance commercial, there's a good chance that you're alive. And if you're not, well, this may not be of interest to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Life insurance? I'm going to live forever. Death is what happens to other people. Well, for the sake of argument, let's assume you're wrong and that someday you won't be watching TV anymore. I know, it's not easy to talk about, so I'll do the talking. If you're 50 plus and alive, you can apply for Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance with guaranteed acceptance, regardless of your health. And since this life insurance is guaranteed, you don't have to get a medical exam. In fact, you don't even have to fill out a health questionnaire. For a free quote, just call 800-387-9724. Then when you stop, if you stop watching TV, your family can use the insurance money to help cover your final expenses or anything else. For a free quote, call today, 800-387-9724. Your kids already inherited your ears, allergies, and questionable singing voice. Don't make them inherit your final expense tab, too.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from Delicato Family Wines and Frederick Wildman & Sons. Check our online guide on MadisonMagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, July 21st through 26th. Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
And Welcome back to Live at 4, everyone. We are back in Milwaukee for day 2 of the Republican National Convention.
Yesterday was a big day. Republicans completed their ticket with former President Donald Trump officially selecting Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate in the Veep stakes. And now they're focusing on the Republicans' platform. Will Keneally has the latest on what we can expect in tonight's part of the convention. Will?
Yeah, so we're here in the mix right now in the bowl at the Fiserv Forum. This is where the delegates meet, make their votes and, hear the speakers that will be on the docket tonight. We'll actually hear from 2 Wisconsinites, including Reince Priebus, notably the former chair of the Wisconsin and National Republican parties, also served as Trump's chief of staff. We'll also hear from Republican U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde. He received Trump's endorsement earlier this year, and he's in a slate of speakers who are Republican Senate candidates running similarly as him. So we could expect to hear from both of them within the next hour or so. As you can see here, the bowl starting to fill up a little bit more here. You can hear some chants of "Let's go Trump" throughout. So we should see things kick off, very shortly here. But for now, reporting from the Fiserv Forum, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you very much. Congressional Democrats are also in Milwaukee, and they say that both former President Trump and his VP nominee, J.D. Vance, are a threat to Americans because they want to end the Affordable Care Act.
It would mean that people with pre-existing conditions, again, would not be able to get health care. It means that health care costs would go up remarkably because millions of Americans rely on the discounts in the exchanges. It would mean young people would be kicked off insurance again, as opposed to being able to stay on their parents' insurance until they're 26.
According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, around 45 million Americans are enrolled in coverage related to the Affordable Care Act.
Former President Donald Trump has, of course, been named as the official party nominee for the 2024 election.
And as always, with Trump comes some strong opinions. Our Kyle Pazorski and Maddie Heimsch caught up with some of the guests that are here at the convention today who say they're not just supporters of the former president, they are actually fans. And Maddie joins us live now. Maddie, tell us some of what you heard.
The White House. That's right, Susan and Brady. I'm here at Convention Fest on Kilbourne Avenue here. This strip just filled with vendors selling food and merchandise. And like you said, we spoke to a bunch of delegates and also just guests here at the convention that shared with us their passion for President Trump and their excitement for the rest of his campaign here this year. And with the booths here at the Convention Fest selling merchandise filled with the likeness of Trump, many of those supporters were easy to spot. And here's how they described the former president to us.
Donald Trump is our first rock star superhero president.
Tenacious and brilliant.
Passionate. Truthful. And I love his tweets because he tells the truth.
Well, I would love it if they would stop telling lies about him.
Like you heard there, a common notion among these convention goers that we spoke to is that Trump is either lied about, misinterpreted, or misunderstood. But behind me, there are shirts, hats, buttons, pins, all with phrases like "all aboard the Trump train" or "women for Trump," or like the theme of this year's convention, "Make America Great Again." Plenty of variations of that. So for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the Panther Arena, reporting live at Convention Fest here in Milwaukee. I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. Well, the 4-day-long Republican National Convention is in full swing here in Milwaukee, and roughly 50,000 people are in attendance right now. Now, the convention is, of course, where the Republican Party officially nominates a presidential and vice presidential candidate. It happens every 4 years, and by tradition, the party that does not hold the White House goes first in the summer. According to an emeritus UW political science professor, there are more than 4,000 Democratic delegates and roughly 2,000 Republican. To become a presidential nominee, a candidate typically has to win the support of these delegates.
Apart from formally nominating the presidential and vice presidential ticket, it's an organizational event for the party. They bring the delegates together. It's motivating. They conduct typically business on platform.
The professor was predicting the RNC would nominate former President Trump as a candidate and would most likely give him 98% of the delegates.
Let's head back to Madison now for a check on the weather. Boy, hope everybody didn't have too much damage. Those storms were something last night, Alex.
Yes, indeed, they were, Susan and Brady. The event that occurred across the far southern portion of the state is called a derecho. And coming up in my next main weather, I'm going to explain what is a derecho. It's basically a high-end wind event that we did have quite a bit of damage. Winds upwards of 102 miles per hour in Dickeyville yesterday, causing considerable damage, and that was just one of many reports. Today we had some interesting phenomenon as well. I'm going to mention that in just a moment here, but here's the good stuff. We got to have some good stuff, right? Sun through the rest of the week, cooler through Friday. Rain chances will hold off now till next week. But the sky was a bit on the alarming side near Janesville, Footville, and Orfordville. We had cold air funnel clouds, which can occur when the air higher up is especially cold. These funnels rarely touch the ground, and typically the National Weather Service does not issue tornado warnings for these cold air funnels. Right now, Radar 3000 shows those showers that produce those brief funnels moving out of Rock County. It's high and dry in Rock County now, and it's high and dry across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Isolated chance yet of a shower this evening. Temperatures falling to around 60 to start off Wednesday. And if you want to go to concerts on the square, how about this for a forecast? I'll be there. 74 at 5 o'clock, 70 at the time the show starts, and a bit on the chilly side compared to the past few weeks. Temperatures right around 60 degrees at the end of the show. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin with Plexiderm. Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. Best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. Nothing works like this.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking, it works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big time money on healthy, natural foods.
32-ounce Bragg's apple cider vinegar, just $4.99. Or 10-ounce Boulder Canyon chips, just $3.99.
Hot prices on natural foods.
Apple cider vinegar, $4.99. Or chips, $3.99.
Hi, caramba, healthy eating and save money. Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodman's.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Tonight at 5, find out why 50,000 people visiting Milwaukee could impact the whole of Wisconsin.
Southern Wisconsin has had multiple rounds of storms and heavy rain and flooding. Coming up at 5, we'll let you know how long a dry stretch will last.
And ahead at 6, we hear from former President Donald Trump's most passionate supporters.
I believe the hand of God is involved. I believe it's proof to us Donald Trump was sent by God.
Meet the mega fans of MAGA tonight at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Yesterday's other big story was the weather. Severe storms that brought wind gusts higher than 70 miles per hour ripped through Grant and Lafayette counties. Armand Rahman is there at a beloved local bar and supper club that got hit pretty hard last night.
Yeah, it might be hard to believe looking at this scene right now, but no one was hurt when these storms hit the Village Bar in Keeler last night, although the owner tells me there were about 20 customers and staff inside at the time. Obviously, they all had run into the basement for safety for what they described was a very quick system that just moved through this part of Keeler. Now today, they're left picking up the pieces of the roof that they found on the other side of the road. The co-owner, Kurt, tells me he's been so thankful for the community coming out, showing their support through a GoFundMe and helping cleaning up today.
When you need somebody, they're there, you know, and we really appreciate everybody in the community that came out and helped and called and offered and everything to help out. But no, we're in pretty good shape with a lot because of the community.
He says they don't even have a rough idea of the cost of damages right now. They're still waiting for the insurance company to come and help sort that all out. And speaking of the people that were inside the bar at the time the storm hit, I spoke to 3 girls who both work at the bar as bartenders and live in the living space. Some of them actually moved in just a week ago. Find out what they went through when the severe weather was hitting later tonight on News 3 Now at 6. For now, reporting in Keeler, Wisconsin, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. The National Weather Service will continue to assess damage as necessary. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 4, we're headed back to Milwaukee and we'll be joined by Charles Franklin to preview tonight's speeches. That's next at 4.
Welcome back to Portage Furniture Store, your forever furniture store. Mr. Aaron Ayers, what does that mean?
Welcome back, Emmy. Yes, when we talk about forever furniture, we talk about generation-lasting, heirloom-quality custom furniture. Case in point, we live it every day. My wife and I, we have a chair in our home that my grandfather sold to my wife's grandparents. Generation lasting, third generation lasting furniture.
Long, long before you and Jen had met. That's an incredible story.
We find love at Portage Furniture.
He can promise that right there. And still free delivery, amazing service from your crew.
We talk about it all the time, the best in the business. Bring it in, set it up for you, move it left, move it right. They are the best.
They're going to take care of you. And it looks like the 4th generation, they're just swooping right in. They're making some decisions here, Aaron.
They're trying to kick us out the door as quick as they can. They're anxious and they're ready to go.
Kenley, are you ready to work in the store someday?
Yeah, I was born ready.
That a girl. High five. We've all had those moments in businesses where you see the salesperson come at you and you're like, oh man, I haven't even had a second to look. Except that doesn't happen when you come to Portage Furniture.
That's right. Really, it's a pressure-free environment. Really no pressure at all. We like the customers to be able to get a chance to look around, to really sit down on the furniture, to lay down on the mattresses, to really, again, have the no pressure atmosphere here at the store.
Absolutely. But they also know their stuff. So when you're ready, when you need them, when you have the questions for them, they're going to be here and they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. You know, our staff and our salespeople are very well knowledgeable and they know the product and everything too. So any questions, they're here for you.
From the entire Portage Furniture family, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Sid's been thinking about getting dentures for a while now, but how does he know they'll look and feel right and at an affordable price that will help bring back that award-winning smile? Well, picture this. Aspen Dental offers a guarantee on all dentures. They'll make it right or your money back. Plus, financing options like $0 down plus 0% interest if paid in full within 18 months. Helping bring back nice to see you again smiles. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows. Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
From Scott the Window Guy at AHT Wisconsin Window.
I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame triple pane window is the most energy efficient window made for Wisconsin, no matter what the season.
Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Welcome back, everyone. We've been talking a lot this week about calls for unity within the Republican Party, and an important deliverer of that message will take the stage tonight.
A former presidential candidate Nikki Haley and once a harsh critic of former President Donald Trump will take the RNC stage tonight to speak. And will she be able to convince her voters to cast their ballots for a man that she once called unhinged and not qualified to serve as president?
The director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, joins us once again. Hello, Charles.
Hello.
Good to see you. Well, Nikki Haley did very well in many counties in Wisconsin. She got 24% of the vote just a couple of months ago, even after she dropped out of the race. So is she the right person to deliver this message of coming together?
Well, she was the last challenger to Trump in the primaries that was left standing, and she did do moderately well in a number of states. I think this is a normal thing to see a party bring their dissenters in and to do it at the convention. With Haley and, for that matter, with DeSantis, it was unclear that they would be invited to speak until pretty late in the process. But I do think we've moved to that point where the party wants to unite around Donald Trump as the nominee. And it's the duty of faithful Republicans to, like Haley, to give those speeches that say, at most, I was critical at one time, but this is the man we should vote for, and to rally the party around them.
I was going to ask about that. I know people have short memories when it comes to politics, and there is a lot of mudslinging. People come together at the end. But she did say some pretty harsh comments about him. Will she be able to fully recover from that and convince her voters not to switch to voting for President Biden, for instance?
Yeah, I think, again, it is hard to take back all of those harsh things that you said in the campaign, but it happens year in and year out. It's a normal part of the process, even if it seems a little strange. But on the other hand, J.D. Vance, the vice presidential pick, said a lot of harsh things about Donald Trump in 2016 or so. So, again, I think this is kind of normal within parties. As for crossing over to vote for Joe Biden, that has always been a challenge for Republicans that don't like Trump. And what we've seen all year in the polling is 22 to 30% saying they dislike Donald Trump among Republicans, but only about 5, 6, or 7% willing to cross over and vote for Joe Biden.
Tonight is also a very big night for U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde, who is in a tight race with Senator Tammy Baldwin. What does he have to do tonight?
Well, tonight he is presenting himself to the convention. You know, he's one of, I don't know, 40-something speakers today. It will be a moment for him and in the convention for Republicans, including the Wisconsin delegation. It's not a keynote speech, and so it's not going to be visible in the way that the vice president's acceptance speech tomorrow or the former president's acceptance speech on Thursday will be. But it's an important step in his campaign.
Thank you very much. Always very good to talk with you, and we'll be talking with you again tomorrow for day 3 of the convention.
Very good. Big news tomorrow night. We'll see.
Thank you, Charles. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Well, let's go back to Madison, where Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington has more on your first warn weather forecast. I have to say, it's not as humid here today, Alex.
Yeah, it is, the humidity, it's not quite as bad as it was yesterday. There's still that touch of humidity out there, Brady, and just enough humidity with a weak frontal boundary that came through today that produced a couple of showers with a unique phenomenon that I'm going to talk about in just a moment. Let's talk about the good stuff, though, here. We got sun throughout the rest of the week, dry conditions through Friday. The next chance of rain will be not till next week. So farmers, opportunity to get your hay cut and up. And then also, if you want to give a break on the AC, this might be a good week for that. But we did have some unique phenomenon occur today down near Footville, Orfordville, and Janesville. Brian sending us this picture. This is what's called a cold air funnel cloud. These are brief little spin-ups that can happen when the atmosphere higher up in the sky is especially cold, and you have a little weak front that came through today, popped up a couple of showers, and then these turbulent eddies, the updraft into this shower, can sometimes spin up with a little funnel cloud. Usually we don't have tornado warnings issued by the National Weather Service for these brief showers right around 1:30, 2 o'clock that cause those funnel clouds, but they can be quite alarming. Moving out across the rest of southern Wisconsin, those showers are gone. Might be an isolated shower or two yet this evening, but the coverage on this is not going to be widespread. What was widespread, as we've been talking about earlier in the show, wind damage. Anywhere where you see a yellow or orange dot here, that's where we've had wind damage stretching from southern Grant County all the way through southern portions of Greene, Lafayette, Rock, Walworth counties. We had damage over the course of the past 24 to 48 hours, and then the damage reports continuing all the way down into the Chicago area. And this was caused by an event. You may have heard this term before. It's called a derecho. Really what it is a widespread, big, long-lived windstorm that can have a swath of 250 to 400 miles of gusts over 60 miles per hour. In this case, Dickeyville had a wind report of 102 miles per hour. We had numerous upper 70, 80 mile per hour wind gusts, 84 mile per hour wind gusts near Janesville last night as well. And this can produce very destructive damage similar to lower end tornadoes, and they tend to form in a very hot and extremely humid, unstable environment. Would not be shocked with the amount of water we have out there to see more possibilities of these higher end wind events through the rest of the summer. Well, back to the good stuff we go here. Temperatures swinging down through the 70s. We'll end up right around 60 degrees for a low temperature. Concerts on the Square. You can't beat this one. We've been in the mid-80s for concerts on the Square. Try temperatures right around 70. Low humidity. You might even want to consider bringing maybe a light jacket or wearing pants tomorrow, because it might be a bit on the cooler side. Temperature staying in the 70s to right around 80 degrees. That next chance of rain entering the picture not until we get out later into next week, where we enter in a few more rain chances. We'll be back in a couple of moments.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
When you need to relax and recharge your body and mind, retreat to the comfort of stressless furniture at the Century House. Designed to harmonize with the natural movements of your body, it's where true comfort begins and every day should end. Get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 spent and $200 off 4 dining chairs at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
We went to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison last night.
I don't really get how the jackpots work.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison actually has had multiple million-dollar winners.
There are linked progressive slot machines at the same casino where local players increase the jackpot amount.
And a standalone progressive jackpot increases when a player plays on an individual machine that isn't linked to any other machine. Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. More ways to win. Find your perfect jackpot.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Tonight at 5, find out why 50,000 people visiting Milwaukee could impact the whole of Wisconsin.
Plus, we hit the streets to see how our state signature snacks live up to the hype with out-of-state visitors. That's coming up next.
Milwaukee hosts the Republican National Convention, and News 3 Now brings you team coverage as Battleground Wisconsin grabs the national spotlight. Campaign 2024 GOP convention coverage live from Milwaukee, all this week on News 3 Now.
Welcome back, everyone. The delegates attending the Republican National Convention are hungry, and they're getting a taste of the city.
Boy, are they. Now, this is right outside the Baird Center. There are all sorts of food trucks and booths there with all sorts of delicious food. Vendors are selling some local Wisconsin staples, including, yes, of course, cheese curds and custard. What else is there? And they're also selling some crafts out there. And I have to say, I saw some local diversity in our food. There is an African cuisine stand, a Vietnamese stand, vegan barbecue too.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I talked with some folks who were visiting. One lady had never tried cheese curds. She had them, and so we got to see her take a bite of her very first one. She said, way better than a mozzarella stick. She is a cheese curd aficionado for life now.
She's a convert. I love when that happens.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams? I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask about our $69 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today, a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I love the co-op because of the good food and it supports the community.
I love the fresh produce, coffee at the juice bar for while I'm shopping, and the large selection of bulk products.
I think the prices are great. I love the co-op because they make healthy food affordable for people.
I love the people who work here and the people who shop here.
The vibe is great, and they have fun cooking classes for kids.
I love the co-op. I come here almost every day.
It's kind of my mini vacation going there. I am proud of you.
Choosing to celebrate the special moments. For those recovering from stroke, injury, or illness, choosing Encompass Health for inpatient rehabilitation may just be their most important choice.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from Delicato Family Wines and Frederick Wildman & Sons. Check our online guide on MadisonMagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, July 21st through 26th. Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
And that wraps up day 2 live in Milwaukee from the Republican National Convention for Live at 4.
And tomorrow on Live at 4, we will be back here for day 3 of the RNC. We'll bring you the latest headlines from the event. But next at 5, we'll show you how Milwaukee restaurants and businesses are doing as the RNC is here in town. Well, thanks for joining Live at 4. We'll see you back here tomorrow. News 3 now at 5. Live in Milwaukee starts now.